a bit, girls. Calm yourselves down. We'll grab you over in just a moment.
I was sitting there just watching. I could have sat there all day.
Right then, Joe, you need to save us.
Right then, I will save you with
What have you got? What are we cooking?
We're cooking a simnel cake, yeah.
Okay, so explain what it is.
It's an Easter cake.
Simple as that.
It's a fruit Easter cake.
Very traditional, though, isn't it?
It is really traditional, and it's got marzipan on, and you make little balls, which are the disciples, Jesus' disciples. But you don't use 12 disciples because, of course, Easter and what happened with Judas.
Yes. Judas didn't really live up to anybody's hopes and expectations.
So we've had the cake.
So he didn't make the cake.
He doesn't make the cake.
The key ingredients.
And we have a layer of marzipan through the middle as well,
which
to
makes
keep it moist.
Lovely and moist and yum.
Yes.
Okay, where do we start?
The key ingredients are some dried fruits, some mixed spice, some ginger.
Lovely.
And
the marzipan, of course.
Marzipan, of course.
Marzipan. Okay. So in your mixer here, you've already started creaming the butter and the sugar.
So I'm just going to pop that on. And then we're going to just break some eggs into there.
Okay. How many eggs are you going to go into there?
4 eggs.
Would you like me to separate the...
Ben.
Ben.
Unfortunately not.
No, okay.
We don't need to separate them.
We know that was a treat.
There and do that if you want to.
Myself.
Yeah. And you're putting... So, 1 egg.
With every egg, I'm just going to put a teaspoon of flour in. Just it stabilises it and stops it splitting.
Okay.
And another really good thing is if you don't... if all the ingredients are the same temperature, then it is less likely to curdle.
Oh, OK. So don't put your eggs in the fridge.
No. Or your butter.
Or your butter. Okay.
Thank you, my lovely.
Another one?
Another one. Into this extra quickly.
You know what we need?
Extra quickly.
Can I say, you know, we need a see-through one of these, don't we? So you get a really good shot. Could someone design a see-through blender? Then we could see what's actually coming down from the sides.
And we would love one of those, wouldn't we?
Yeah. OK, so you've got those in.
Yep, so I've got those in. Give it a good quick whisk. Just to incorporate all of that. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to sieve. Would you do that for me, lovely?
Okay.
Just sieve. I've got the fruit soaking in some boiling water, but you could do it with some orange juice or some tea. Earl Grey or Lady Grey works really well. Or some booze.
Oh, boy, a bit of booze.
Yeah, there are lots of different ways of making this cake, Joe.
Well, there's lots of different people's interpretations on it. Yeah.
Because you make this cake, don't you, Lisa, as well?
I do make this cake.
And is it similar, or what do you do differently?
Well, Joe's doing it as a loaf cake.
A loaf, right?
Yes, and I don't soak my fruit. But I think they're all very, very, you know, it's all much of a muchness in the fact that it's a fruit simnel cake. But yes, I think...
I make this paste as well, because I don't know if you're like me. This is, you know, mixed peel. I really hate it when you bite into a piece.
I don't like mixed peel. I never use it. I just use cherries.
So I blitz it all up in a handheld with 2 tablespoons of hot water, and it gives it a really great flavour.
So you've got all the flavour, but none of the taste. Do you want me to put those back into here and you can mix them up?
Those are mixed.
There we go. And I'm just going to take those off for you. Clear down for you.
Would you just fold the flour through for me?
What, would you like to mix all of that into there?
Yes, please, lovely.
Yes.
Do we know why this is called a simnel cake? Other than the story that I heard. No,
we're silencing the kitchen. Do you know what?
Would you like me to tell you why it's called a simnel cake?
Go on, you tell us why it's called a simnel cake.
What I heard, I thought that maybe you might know better, but there's a number of different stories, but one of the stories I heard that there was a brother and a sister called Simon and Nell who wanted to make a cake, and he wanted to boil the cake and she wanted to bake the cake. So they ended up sort of compromising the two, which I assume is why you're soaking the fruit. Maybe that's something to do with it. And they were called Simon and Nell, so it became simnel. I know there's all sorts of Latin derivations of the word simnel as well. I don't know why I ask. Do you know what? I'm wasted on this show, quite frankly.
I like the Simon and Nell story.
I should be in dictionary corner.
You really should be. So we've got to get this in the oven. But
so we'll just give that a quick mix through. And then we're going to pop it into the tin.
You're using a wooden spoon because do you have the same tradition as us with fruit cakes?
Stir up.
Yeah, you have to make a wish. Everyone has to make a wish. And if people in my house aren't, you know, if there's nobody, you know, not everyone needs to be there, I'm on the phone saying,
make your wish.
Make your wish. I'm stirring now. There we go. So we'll get that in. So you do that. Go on, do
half in?
Yeah.
So I've lined the tin, but I love to line it just so that you get some overhang, and I don't line the sides. And it makes it a really good, easy way to pull your cake out.
Yeah, lovely tip.
So we've got half the mixture in.
Right, and then you're going to put your
marzipan in the middle. And then we're going to put a layer of marzipan in the middle.
And that really keeps it moist, doesn't it?
Really lovely and moist. Nice surprise in the middle.
I love marzipan.
Have you made this marzipan?
We didn't. This is a bulk
A
marzipan.
shop bulk, but you can make. Is it quite easy to make?
It's really simple to make if you've got time.
It is. It's really simple. It's just ground almonds and egg whites, a bit of almond oil, and it's so therapeutic to do, and your hands are really soft afterwards, aren't they?
It's like having a
Beautiful.
little mini manicure.
There you go.
Thank you, my lovely.
Do you want to give that a tap? Put that in there. And that goes in the oven for how long, Jo?
It goes in for an hour at 170, then you turn it down to 150 for 50 minutes.
So an hour at 170 and then 150 for 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff. Okay, we're going to take a short break. So far, so good. When we come back, we're going to pop the kettle on. Don't you not go anywhere. Gemma is going to be showing us her very flexible party trick, which I know Claire wants to try and do. I don't know, Lisa's going to try and do. And you never know, maybe we'll get Jo trying it too. See you in a bit. Hello, welcome back to What's Cooking from the Sainsbury's Kitchen. That could be exactly what it's for. I'm here with Gemma Bissix, Claire Sweeney and Michaela Chiappa. The girls are in the kitchen.
Yes, before the break, Jo started to show us how to make the perfect Easter bake, a simnel cake. So you've taken it, well, it was still in the oven, that one, but we've got one here.
We've got one here.
That's cooled.
That's cooled, and we're going to lift it perfectly
Fantastic.
up.
That's such a lovely... It's lovely having a baker on, having these little tits. Great.
So I'm just going to grab my board,
Okay.
pop it onto. We're just going to heat
Now you've got
jam.
this. You've got some apricot jam in here. Did we find out why we were saying in the break that you always use it has to be apricot jam, doesn't it?
And I saw something the other day that there's it will less likely to go mouldy if you use this jam rather than. I think there's more maybe of a sugar content or something, and so when you brush it, it's not just because it's a lighter flavour than strawberry and raspberry.
Yeah.
There's actually a scientific reason.
Oh, so it's like a better preserver.
Yeah, better preserver.
Okay, so I'm mushing that down so you don't get any of the bits. That's
I think we'll
probably
have
enough,
enough,
isn't
won't
it?
we? Yeah.
I'll put that back over
Thanks,
there.
sweetie.
There you go.
So I'm just going to brush the top of the cake with this.
All right.
And actually, it will give it a lovely flavour. I love apricot.
Yeah, so do I. It's great.
Claire's very excited about this cake, aren't you?
I'm really excited, but do you know, I'd be even more excited if you were stirring a big pan of custard.
Is that really uncool?
Is that your top vice, custard?
Oh, yeah.
Hence you coming in.
Absolutely, yeah.
You can't buy class, can you?
So you've got that on, and now you've got your other layer of marzipan.
And we're going to just
second
pop
layer.
that onto the top.
Okay.
So I'm just going to...
I think it's great to do it as a loaf.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Because it's easy.
Yours is
nice and easy to
we've
cut.
got a picture of Lisa's cake, I think, because you do yours slightly differently,
I
don't
do.
you?
I make a round cake. I think there was a picture somewhere. Oh, there's my cakes, my Easter cakes.
they look
I made
gorgeous.
3 the other day. There was a
Those.
chocolate one, but there's the similar.
But there's no sort of set way of doing it. You can just do it anyway.
Well, I think as long as you've got your little disciple balls, then you've got your simnel
Yeah,
As long as
cake.
your disciples are happy, everyone's
As long
happy.
as your disciples are happy. So you're going to stick them on.
We're going to stick them on with some jam.
Yeah.
And then we're going to... Oh, actually, we just need to score it
Okay,
first.
give it a quick score.
Just try not to go all the way through. So you just want to give it like a little marking.
While you're doing that scoring and sticking on the disciples, let's look at some of the pictures you've been sending us by Twitter and email. The address is, of course, at What's Cooking TV, at what'scooking@channel4.com. This is Felicity wearing her bunny ears.
Oh, look at
And a reminder to Becky to pack them for this weekend, because Becky said you're worried you might forget them. So don't forget them, Becky.
No.
These were sent from Emily Do. It's her little sister Caitlin's cupcakes.
Look at those, they're brilliant.
Very proud big sister there.
Someone's already eaten one there.
While we're
always
sticking
make
on these, there's a little implement here that will get you excited, Ben.
That's my blowtorch.
It is.
Yeah, you might have a little bit of a job to go.
Well, go on,
So
you-
we've got to quickly get these blowtorch.
Earlier
you
on, we
coming
asked you
over?
to try and spot some of our Easter eggs around the set. Lots of you think there's 4 or 5. Bobby Ellis can only see 2. Bobby, you need to look a bit harder. Sophie has 6. Funioge and Natalie have seen 7. There's actually 8. I'll whip around the studio. There's one here, blue one just here. Can you see that one? Behind Lisa, there.
Oh, there,
There's
behind
one.
me.
There's a red one just here, and there's a green one just here. There's another green one just here. There's one between Gemma and Claire there.
we go, and-
There's one on the onions and one on the lemons. and then there's one secret one which I'm going to have, which is the white chocolate one right here. So it was 8.
I was hoping that people wouldn't spot the onions because I was going to take the pink one.
So look, the blowtorch. So you blowtorch your disciples.
Yeah, we're just going to give it a quick blowtorch.
No, you keep going. You keep going.
Yeah.
What I want to do is I want to see this. We haven't got very long, Gemma. So you've got to show us your trick. So this is Gemma's. Come out here with me.
I'm going to take
This
my
is
boots off.
Gemma's party trick. Back up, everybody. It's going to be well worth
I
seeing.
did it in the green room, so let's just hope I can do it now.
Now, when I said to Lisa,
This is what you have to do. You have to say to people, I'll give you a tenner if you could do it. And I'll give anybody in the studio a tenner if they can actually do it. You have to hold your balance on one foot, no hands touching the ground, and you have to pick it up with your mouth without touching the ground. Now, let's see if I can do it.
oh,
Hang on. Now, someone said it was easy.
I did say it was easy.
Someone said it was
I
easy.
did say it was easy. I didn't mean it, and luckily we haven't got time to see if I could eat my words. So I should have said, yeah, I can do it easy.
I'm going to pour this tea.
I
Cut the
saw
cake
her in the
for
green
us.
room and she couldn't do it.
Look,
She tried. She couldn't do it.
I think we should just
definitely should try.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this beautiful cake, girls. This is fantastic.
Have you got a nice look at the cake? Sorry, look, I'm getting in the way of the sun.
I mean, really gorgeous. And Joe, you know, when we have taken the ribbon off because we're going to serve it. We put a lovely yellow ribbon on it, and it looks gorgeous and so clever.
Right, let's
I've kind of poured all over the table as well. Oh, and the milk's on. I'm just a bit beside myself after Gemma's trick.
Let's see you try it.
I will try.
And anybody at home, and I tell you what, you won't be able to. It took me quite a long while to master it.
I'm not surprised. After this cake, it's going to be even harder. That's it. Unfortunately, we're out of time for today. Don't forget all the details of all of the recipes are on the scrapbook, channel4.com/whatscooking.
Yeah, thanks to Claire and Gemma for coming in for lunch. Thank you. And thanks to Michaela and Joe for delicious food. Thank you.
As ever, you've been superstars. We'll be back at the same time tomorrow. Hope you join us. Bye-bye.
Bye.